It's no more than 4 years ago we started our 3 months project, and a total working time on the boat is now up at 34 months. Kinda crazy, but it is what it is and became what it is. First of all, sorry for not posting any videos in a while. We'll get to that later in this video. Hey, let's start with something fun. The boat trampoline. I just spliced the dynema and put on the turnbuckle, so I've tightened it up now, so it's pretty tight. But I still have some room if I want to tighten it more. So that was about 250 bow lines and I don't know, 600 half hitches. A little bit sore in my hands, but it could be worse. Yeah, I've just had it. Maybe I was bitching too much about it in last episode, but you know, going to the carpenters is always a hassle, always. And today I was sitting there took 2 hours waiting for a carpenter to get there, and he was always supposed to come. Yeah, he's here soon. But no, he never came, and finally I'll go back to the boat with the frame I have, and I make a plug, or I make a mold out of it, and do them in fiberglass instead. So that's what I'm gonna try to do now, to make a nice mold out of it. Yeah, so what I have done now is I cut out this piece from this plywood here. So this hole here is the same as the inner frame here. So this is how it looks, the beginning of the mold. So right now I'm just gonna sand a little bit of the excess and try to start filling some voids, and then tomorrow I might be able to sand it a little bit more and continue on the fairing process. Yeah, so I prepped the mold. So this is the mold I got out from the plug yesterday. And yeah, I've just tape masked a little bit so it's easier for me to lay out the fiberglass. And I also masked this top here so it won't stick to the upper edge. Yeah, so what I'm doing now is I'm putting on wax, a couple of coats, and then I will spray on 3 coats of PVA. It's gonna be an interesting day today. I just got here this morning, and the first thing I'm gonna do is try to pop out this frame here from the mold. So let's see how it goes. Oh! Damn! Yeah, I have taken my my plug apart. It's at the moment in 6 pieces, and this is because I have one other hatch as well, and that one I only have 1 piece of. So, but I still want to make a new and nice trim for it, a frame for it. So I thought it would have been a good idea to cut this. I'm shortening it on the width, and then I'm lengthening on the length. So so we'll see how it goes. All right. So it has changed shape right now. You remember? It was square before. This is for the other hatch. So I just cut this in six pieces and I have glued it together. This is how it looks on the back side. Not super fancy, but it works. And yeah. So I glued on these once yesterday when I had the correct measures between here. And today I just taped over here and just poured epoxy in. And when it had kicked, I took off the tape and it was about 95% good. And then I just filled everything just to make sure all pinholes and everything was gone. And now I've just sanded it and it's time to get it painted. So it closes all the open cells, so it's no porous material. The making of these hatch trims for the ceiling was a pretty straightforward job, but just like everything else, it all takes time. But they came out stunning and made a big difference. Yeah, so I made a box or a tank or a template, whatever you should call it. So this is how our diesel tank should look like, the exact measures. We'll have two of these, so I've done this just to make sure that the welders who's gonna make it really understand all the measures, so they can just take. It's gonna be exactly a copy of this one. So they can't fuck it up. But yeah, first of all, I need to check so it actually fits inside. So let's go inside and see how it looks. I haven't screwed in the screws like super much. I haven't countersunk them. And yeah, I need to fix that, of course. Well, let's try again. Yeah, that's a bummer. I put it in the wrong way. Okay, he got in. And I just hope the clearance here is good enough for hoses and etc. what's gonna be here. Yeah. So far, so good. Yeah, so the tank is actually a little bit longer than last time we saw each other. Because when I took it out, it was hard to just lift it up because I have nothing to lift it. So I just angled it a little bit. And when I angled it, I had a lot of more space. Not a lot, but so I decided to extend it with a little bit more than 1 inch. 1 inch and a quarter, more or less. So yeah, so that gives me another 3 liter, I think, 2.5 liter. Per tank, so that's about 5 liters. I also decided to add this barrier around in case anything leaks, like if the inspection leaks or a connection leak a little bit, the diesel will collect up here unless it's really flooding, but I know how it is usually. So that would keep the diesel from not going down to the bill. Today is a Tapachula run. I met a Swedish guy who passed by here a couple of weeks ago, and he knew a guy who could probably help me building a diesel tank or 2 diesel tanks. So I have built this prototype here, so I'm gonna bring that one, so it's much easier to show them how it's gonna look. So let's go to Tapachula. Yeah, so I just got to this workshop here now where one of the Swedish guy I met here, Janne, he recommended this place, so they're gonna help me out with the tank. So I brought the tank down here maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, and I've been here a couple of times, but they're a little bit slow, like knowing when to start. So I've been coming down here almost in vain a couple of times. They said, hey, okay, we'll start tomorrow. And today they said, be down here in the morning and we will start doing the cutout and the bending. So I will be here to make sure everything is done correctly, and yeah, hopefully it's all going the way I planned. don't think I picked up you in 3 weeks or so. The tanks still not done. They said that we're gonna be done today, but anyhow, we'll do a checkup on that later in this week. But today we're doing this, painting the boat name, hot sauce, salsa picante, or whatever, stark sauce in sueco. So yeah, I have put up the vinyl. Look like shit, but the only thing that is important is that the contours is very sharp and there's no bubbles there. So it was a little bit of a hassle to put it up. It was the first time for me to do it, but so now the other boring part is of course all the covering, all the masking, and just make sure so the rest of the boat doesn't get orange. So let's begin. Transformation again. And there she got her name. And I'm all ready to go home now. It's a little bit after 6. It's a real all projects turn out to be full day projects, but I sort of knew that when I started with this one, so I didn't have anything more on the schedule for today. It was a pain in the ass to take off the vinyl. Not that it was sitting very much, but when you pull it, you want to pull in the right direction, and you don't want the paint to come with the vinyl. But anyhow, it turned out pretty alright, so I'm happy with it. So it's happening. Well, not for me, but for Chuffed, Sailing Chuffed. They've been on the hard now for, I would say, maybe 20 months, and they've been here working on the boat for 18 months. So they've become very good friends to me and Karin, and their day is here now. So it's time to launch Chuffed.
No paparazzis, no paparazzis.
Jenny and Jim are running the YouTube channel Vettail Sailing Chuffed. Follow their passion, helping and saving animals along the way. It was quite a long time since I shot last time, and yeah, I've been doing a lot since then, but I can't really say I've been working 100%. It's more like I've been working maybe 50%. I've been pretty much off the project. I haven't had that really energy I'm used to have when I really want to finish something. It's just been a lot of frustration, and one thing is, yeah, my tanks. And yeah, you see, that's my new tanks here. I got them yesterday, and I'm glad I have them now. It's one of the biggest struggles so far, where my patience have been tested so much. It was supposed to maybe take, I mean, a week at the most. It took maybe 9 or 10 weeks. Sometimes the boss at the shop doesn't answer my messages, or he says it's gonna be finished one day and it's not. You're coming there and they do a little bit, and then you come in next time and they haven't done anything, and then they do a little bit, and just when you think it's almost done, then it's at least a week or 10 days away anyhow. So it's just been frustrating. So I got the tanks yesterday, but then it's not like the frustration disappears, because now the tank doesn't even fit. Yeah, that's true. I gave them a prototype that I built in plywood. It's not that hard. All the measures was written on it, and but no. So I have to start cutting inside. So that's a job for today. Let's start to cut. So here you see, I need to cut here, and the same on this side. This will be more tricky because of this here. But anyhow, it is what it is, and I hope it's gonna be a fast job. You never know. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I've had the tanks for 2 days now, and the last 2 days I've been working on passivate them with the acid to make sure they don't rust. So I put them in this bath here with citric acid, and today it should be all done. So it's time to clean them up and start to install them. I got the tanks installed and then fitted the batteries. Now it started to feel like a complete boat. I had not seen Karen for 5 months, so I decided to finish most of the projects and head back to Sweden. I want to have the boat ready to splash when I'm getting back. Hey guys, it was a while since last time. I've been home since 4 days ago, and it went pretty smooth traveling. I had to do a COVID test before I left Mexico, but that went all good. Anyhow, it was very good to see Karen again. We've been from each other for a long time now, and but I was also very tired. It's like the last 2 months was very tired of boat working, and of course, again, you know me by now. I'm pretty optimistic with time. I was hoping the remaining thing only would take me about 2.5 months to finish, but it took me more or less 5.5 months, and I think I will have about 2 to 3 weeks when I'm getting back. But my plan is to head back in middle of September and work a couple of weeks on the hard and then splash the boat. Me and Karen, we haven't decided when she's gonna join me, but she will join me. It might be a little bit later, like November. When I'm getting down there, it would be nice having some more hands. So if anybody out there is interested in joining me and joining us, send me a message, and we'll see from there.